So welcome back to another episode of
Todd Forrest Talking Comics.
As always, we're your hosts,
Todd
and Forrest.
Yeah.
So, the research from last week turns out women cannot teleport when they're on their periods.
Or at all, really.
Yeah.
And in other news, totally unrelated, pepper spray, it hurts.
Yeah.
Avoid it at all costs. I'd recommend that.
I still haven't gotten it out of my eyes. I can't even see what I'm doing.
Burn
right
my
now.
retina a little bit.
So, today we're going to be doing Secret Invasion by Brian Michael Bendis and Lenil Yu did the art. It's the story of the Skrull invasion of Earth. You know, it plays off the mounting suspicion that's been building in Marvel for a while that there's something behind the scenes, you know? And it's the sort of the culmination of the first part of the big Brian Michael Bendis event, you know, starting with Disassembled. It's pretty much the story of these Skrulls. They could be anyone you know, they could be any hero, and they've infiltrated Earth and they're trying to take it over.
Now we're going to talk about some stuff that we really liked. There's not a lot, but Bendis, who just gets these characters, he just writes Spider-Man and Hawkeye and Logan. He just writes all of these characters so well, he just kind of gets in their skin and knows what to say. And I really love the banter that Spider-Man has when he's fighting his Skrull self in the Savage Land. And he's just kind of like, I'm like, oh, is this annoying? He's just like, yeah, you are. And then really silently, Peter's kind of just disappointed because he knows.
I love the Battlestar Galactica-ness of it, you know? The fact that you don't know who to trust, and, like, everyone could be a Cylon, you know, and everyone could be a Skrull, you don't know. And there has been this mounting suspicion present in the pages of New Avengers, you know, if you've read that. And it just leads up awesome to the Secret Invasion, and you really don't know who to trust. I think it's amazing.
Pretty much the only other thing I really liked in this series is when the Skrull ship crashed down in the Savage Land and all of these, like, old, or not the old heroes, but the heroes come out.
In their 70s costumes.
It's really cool. Like, Luke Cage has an afro, Spider-Man still got the webs.
The yellow blouse.
Yeah. It's just really cool. I really liked how they made them wear the old school costumes.
Yeah. So I also liked Spider-Woman showing up, and it turns out she's the Skrull Queen, you know what I mean? Because
come on, that was lame!
She's been playing...
She started out as an agent of Hydra. It's not even that surprising that they made her all evil and crazy.
I know, but she's been playing both sides of the field, and you've kind of been wondering what she's been up to if you've been reading New Avengers, and it's like, now you find out.
I respect the whole building to that point, but I just wasn't a big fan.
I really liked how Osborn got the kill in the end.
Come on, Osborn? He's a piece of shit, man.
Yeah, he is, but...
murdered Gwen.
He did murder Gwen.
That's bullshit. He's a vengeful, evil piece of shit.
But it sets up the Dark Reign, and the Dark Reign is like this game changer of the Marvel Universe.
Dark Reign is awesome, but I just don't like the way that it gets set up. And I know it's necessary, and I respect the fact that it happened. It's an ingrained event in the Marvel mythos, but it just bothers me. I love to hate him, but I want to hate him. I don't want to see him in a positive light.
But it starts this next chain of everything, you know? Like, Iron Man has to go on the run because he gets control of Hammer. I think it's awesome.
Like I said, I respect what comes out of it. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I know that's terribly defended, but fuck it.
Whatever.
Also, why is Emma even on the Cabal? Well, I know that, in the 70s she was the White Queen, but come on, she's been Emma Frost of the X-Men for a while now, and I just feel like Norman is kind of taking a bigger risk than Norman would take in that situation.
Yeah, but for all the readers know, this could have been an act the whole time, right? Like, you don't know how long the Cabal's been around.
True.
So now some stuff we didn't like. Personally, I didn't like that Jarvis was a Skrull, you know? I really like Jarvis, and seeing him be a Skrull, I was like, oh man, Jarvis is a Skrull. It
was kind of a bummer, yeah. I wasn't a big fan of how Osborn was in it, really. He felt not like Norman, and I didn't really like that. I don't want to see him in some kind of positive light. Also, the Skrulls, they're kind of boring. I don't really like them that much. The Kree are a much cooler alien race. I know this wouldn't have worked with the Kree, but maybe that's just a sign that you shouldn't have done the story, maybe. That seemed kind of mean. I'm sorry, Brian Michael Bendis.
We're going to do separate ratings because we each obviously disagree on this series. Personally, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Lenil Yu's art is amazing. Brian Michael Bendis gets the characters. The story is pretty awesome, even if Skrulls are a little lame. And it's an awesome way of using them, you know, to mount that paranoia. Who do you trust, you know?
I'm going to give it a 2.5, and I love Bendis. I really do, and it kind of pains me to do this, but the only thing that this really had going for it for me was the way that the characters were handling the situation. And I know that is a big part of it, but I just was not a big fan of the story. And even the art in a lot of places, it was kind of iffy.
So in closing, we'd like to thank, our subscribers for subscribing, our watchers for watching, and the people that like our videos for liking our videos. We really do appreciate you guys watching us and everything. It's pretty awesome. And just remember, he loves you.
Scroll!
No. So, today we will be reviewing Secret Invasion by Brian Michael Bendis. The artist Lenil Yu.
Cut!